All right, check. Mic check. Mic check. All right. What's going on, man? It's your boy B Dub from B Dub TV. Looks like they changed up the loading screen, but we are back with a rerun of part two to this American tour series. Um, so yeah, things went really bad yesterday for me. I got ghosted for the first time because I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I usually take part in events when there's there's a big group event and everyone has the full flight plan or the same flight plan and create spacing between each other and all that on expert. And for some reason, I just had like a mega brain fart. I haven't been even sleeping well lately, to be honest, but that's whatever. I had a mega brain fart yesterday and decided to. I took off, I listened to ACC on the takeoff and all that, but I banked off potentially, well, not really, not even potentially, but like I did cut off a lot of airplane and it messed up the spacing really bad. And I got reported by a lot of people. And the expert from, I think it was the IFAE flying. Because I saw Nate and Art Martinez and all those guys. But that was my fault, and I'm not upset about that at all because that was really stupid. I usually do that, but I don't know what the hell I had going on yesterday. But anyway, we're gonna try to set up our same flight plan from yesterday. Um, you know, and yeah, this is what I did yesterday. So everyone, I figured once I took off, I was like, shit, why didn't I set the same flight plan as everyone else? And everyone else, started banking off right about here, but I started banking off right about here, and I cut off a bunch of airplanes. So I don't blame it at all. I don't blame them at all. That was my first ghosting, like, ever. So there's that. But next time I will get it. It's only gotta wait about a week before I can get back on expert, but it's cool. Totally understand. I apologize to all those guys. But there's not that much traffic out here as there was the other day. Last night, because oh my God, I felt so bad for the Atlanta ATC yesterday, man. Good God, there were so many planes. But these guys enjoy it, so and I said it like this just because I'm gonna turn the nav off and I'll see what I'm feeling once I get there, or if somebody else decides to arrive there, we'll see. But fuel's looking okay. 386 nautical miles, so close to an hour. And I will not be talking the whole time, especially when I get up to about cruising. I'll talk for a little bit after that, then I'll let it cruise. I'll probably head up and get something to eat and come back. But that's about it. We got those engines fired up. And even though there's no one here, I'm still gonna call. I'm debating on whether I should keep doing this online or, when I actually start making like actual videos and not live streaming. If I should, if I should just play solo. My subscription runs out tomorrow, but I will have that taken care of fairly quickly. And it actually looks like these runways are closed for some reason, but you know what? I don't care. We're just gonna run casual right now. So we're just gonna. I'm pretty sure it's for. I don't know why they're closed. It's probably for. It's probably for the wind. And looks like we got someone over there. I don't know if he's coming over here or what. But I doubt it. Nah, yeah, I think that's him. But we're pushing back over to runway 17, I think. No, 18 left. And yesterday, like, the line was so long to get to the taxiway, or get to the runway. The taxiway was very long. But, and everything looking pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and let those flaps down to about 10 degrees. Let's recalibrate again. And I'm flying Delta here. I'm gonna switch up the liveries, and I'm gonna switch up the planes. I mean, personally, I love Boeing. They have the best planes to me. Airbus. I used to be in love with Airbus, but I guess after more, I guess not even like I guess my own little looking or whatever. I found Boeing to be my favorite. And Airbus is not disappointing though. I used to be in love with the A380 for some reason. Like that was one of my favorites. Just because of the size. Never seen one in person though. I never really seen any like gigantic, mammoth plane in person. I've been to Atlanta many times in person, but I haven't seen any very large planes there. And I'm sure there are some. I seen one. I do not know what it was, but it wasn't at the airport. It was in the air, but I'm pretty sure it was going to the airport. That thing was gigantic. That thing was huge. But what's up, Luce? How do you say it? If I'm not mistaken, I know they don't have it on here, but in person, I think the taxi speed limit is 35 knots. But I mean, I'm not sure. All right, so we're gonna start hitting this brake right here. And I'm fairly new to Omlet Arcade. I've had it, but I haven't been using it. If you know what I mean. Like So I don't know. Like it says posts. It says I don't have any posts. I know I stream it to YouTube, but like I'm surprised that it doesn't, put it on your page for you. Never stop online. How I can put the speed heading in the left. Oh, so that depends on your device. What's up, Averix? But that depends on your device. I'm playing on the iPhone 7 Plus, and before I think all that, like all this stuff over here was on the right side. Um, it's gonna be departing straight out. But all of that used to be on the right side, but it depends on your device. Because I know when my dad on his iPad, it was formatted different on the screen, and you can't change it. So it just depends on your device. And for the guys that's on the stream right now, I will not be on the mic the whole time. Once I get to cruising altitude, which will probably be about 34,000, I'll be off for a little bit, and then once it's time to start descent, which I'll do at about 130 nautical miles out, I'll be back on the mic. And we're gonna get a little rolling start here. Put those landing lights on. Luke's, I'm grade 2 right now because of a big mistake that I made yesterday. I was doing this. What's up, Gilo? I made a big. Matter of fact, I'll tell you after I take off. And we drifted off there, but hate when that happens. That's one thing I do need to work on my takeoffs, but we're gonna cut the nav on off gate. And even though it's casual, I'm still gonna respect the rules that would be on expert or training. I hate training server. But so we're doing pretty good on speed. Gonna put the flaps at 5. Set the altitude at 34,000. And it does that dip for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. And we're gonna kill the speed at 245 right there until we get above 10,000. But yeah, so I'm grade 2 right now, only because yesterday I was trying to do this exact same flight, and I was coming out of Orlando, and there was a big group event. I think it's IFAE. They were doing a event yesterday, and I was really unaware. Like I saw on the map there was a bunch of people. So I was like, okay. And usually I do follow, what they do. But yesterday I had a giant brain fart for some reason. Like I took off with everybody else. I was following ACC on takeoff, but I banked off before else did. Everyone else had the same flight plan, and everyone else did the same thing. And I cut in front of a bunch of planes, and I got reported by a lot of people. And I got ghosted for the very first time, and I don't know how many years I've been playing this. And it bumped me down for just one ghosting, bumped me down to grade 2. So there's that story. And we're going to put the flaps up to 1. Got the landing lights on it so that nav lights are on. And I like to take my time. Yeah, man, I know. I like to take my time getting up in the air with the 737. So, because they aren't the most powerful machines. I mean, they are powerful, but they're not like the 787s. Where are you headed? I'm headed to Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson International. I'm in Orlando right now. I'm just gonna split up the middle of Florida, head up there, and you see like how the waypoint looks very uneven from the runway, and but once I get to about this point, uh, I'll even have the nav off right about here, and I'll be controlling it. I'll still have an autopilot, but I'll be controlling it by myself on autopilot. And then I'll just size up the runways and pick whichever one I want to. And if there's traffic there, I'll call it out or whatever. But yeah, so we're at 10,000. So we're going to put all the flaps up, seatbelts off. And we're going to. I know a lot of other people like to wait till they get to cruising altitude to, gas themselves up. But I don't have that kind of patience. And we might, come around this waypoint a little fast, but we will get right back lined up with it. We got some headwinds up here, but I think once we straighten up, once we get on our, main waypoint heading, we'll probably get some crosswinds, whatever. This we start turning early right there. And just so you know, there is sound on here. I just gotta turn down really low because you can't really hear me talking when the sound is turned all the way up. But I do have a page. I know you're probably watching this on Omlet Arcade, but I do have a YouTube channel which I am streaming this to right now. So go to. I'm not sure how. Like I said, I'm not sure how Omlet Arcade works, but if you go to, I don't know if it directs you to YouTube, but if you go to YouTube, my YouTube channel name is BDUB space TV. If you want to go see it, I do have some other videos up there that you can go look at. I have more Infinite Flight videos, and I have some older videos of me on Grand Theft Auto. So those are always pretty cool to watch with me and my friends playing up there. We have Grand Theft Auto 2K videos, mainly Grand Theft Auto though. But you see the plane is smoothing itself up. And honestly, I feel like the 737 is my favorite to fly, just because it's so graceful. I guess you gotta take your time with it. It can't ascend as fast as most of these other planes. I've flown almost every plane on here to be at some point in time. Some I haven't flown in years, like the A340. Haven't flown that since that plane came out, and that was I want to say about 5 years ago when that came out. I was in 8th grade when that came out, and I'm a college freshman at this point. Yeah, I do. I have did some long haul flights. I haven't done that one specifically. I know LAX. I don't know what that other airport uh, airport code that was, but I have done a long haul flight from. I think I was coming out of San Francisco to somewhere right outside of Australia. Like I was. Oh, that's Paris. Oh yeah. Nah, I haven't done that one. You should have put the P in front of it, but yeah. I did somewhere outside of Australia. I landed at this random airport. It wasn't that random though. It was a pretty nice one. I was low on fuel. I woke up. Uh, I was at about 4% fuel. So I was like, I'm not gonna make it to Sydney. So I landed somewhere outside. I think that's my longest flight, uh, longest unintentional flight, as a matter of fact. But yeah, that's pretty cool though. My longest, successful planned flight, um, probably from. I got some overspeed here, but even though it's casual, I still like to, make sure everything's okay. But my longest planned flight, was probably no, my longest planned successful flight. Damn, I can't talk. But that had to be from Beijing, I think. I think it was Beijing or Hong Kong, one or the other, to San Francisco. That was my, you know, I timed it perfectly. Got the fuel right, so the landing weight wasn't too overweight or underweight. And when I woke up, I was, about 100 something nautical miles out from San Francisco, and I took it from there. It was pretty good, nice landing. So, yeah. And I think my longest cross, in country, domestic flight in the U.S. was from Raleigh, Durham, and North Carolina to San Francisco. So yeah, San Francisco is a popular place for me on here just because I like the approach. Um, it's pretty cool looking. Pretty cool looking. So I tend to do that one. I'm still trying to figure out some more airports to fly to. And that's why I'm doing this. American tour thing. That's why you need to go follow me or subscribe to me on YouTube because I'm going to be doing this for probably the next 2 weeks. Um, from Atlanta, I'm probably going to take off and go to Memphis. And then head from Memphis to Raleigh, North Carolina. And then go from Raleigh to, probably go from Raleigh to Washington and Washington to New York to Boston. And then from Boston and then head out west, right to the Midwest, not too far, probably like Detroit or something, but we'll figure it out from there. If you missed my first flight was from Miami to Orlando. In state, very short, but just something to get the series off to a nice jump. Yeah. I'm gonna try to feature all states. Uh, that might not happen though. I'm gonna let you know. I did say my previous video is gonna feature all 50 states, but if I'm gonna do that, I gotta. I appreciate it. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I did appreciate it for the subscription though. Recommend some friends too. If you're on Facebook, If you got some IFFG friends, or if you follow the Infinite Flight page, recommend some friends to this, because this will be pretty good. A lot of people don't do live commentary flights on here. I did have that, game crashing situation happen to me one time. I was flying from Paris to Dubai, I think, and uh, it wasn't wasn't any it wasn't damn, I can't talk right now. It wasn't an overnight flight. It was 5 hours and some change, and it was in the middle of the day. I decided to do it. I was like, okay, let's do it. I was paying attention to it for a long time. I was paying attention, and right when I was doing descent, and there's a little theory bug out there that if you mess with your camera while you're over water for a period of time, if you mess with your camera, your game will crash. And I was very unaware of that. And I was over I don't know what sea that is. I think it's the Mediterranean. I'm not sure. That big piece of water above or beside Saudi Arabia. And I kept flipping my camera, and I was on right downwind to the runway, and it crashed. And that was tragic, because I was recording a video. I wasn't doing a live stream. I was recording a video for that. I wasn't recording at that point, but I was very, very unfortunate that had to happen to me, because that was going to be pretty good. And I do have I have one video when I flew to the Bahamas. It was just a landing video on my YouTube page with production via. I produced it via iMovie, which shows how I will do some future videos in this series. I'm not gonna live stream all of these, but I found that when I live stream, I get more views, but I need to put my work out there some more. So, if you do follow, if you are in the IFFG group on Facebook, then you will see, if you look at my name is Bryson Walker. I have a couple videos up there in their page that aren't found on my YouTube page, and they're pretty good. They're about 8 minutes. Some of them have my takeoffs and landings. I think it's one up there when I flew from Raleigh. Yeah, that is true. But I found that my live streams getting more views. I just feel like I need a bigger platform than Omlet Arcade, because there seems like there isn't a lot of people that. I mean, there is, a nice amount of people, but there aren't a lot of people, on Omlet Arcade, and there isn't many platforms that let you stream from your mobile device. Once we hit about 250 nautical miles out, I'm in college, I'm going to run up to the Chick-fil-A and get me something to eat, and hopefully make it back before descent time. But, thank you guys for tuning in, though. If you want to, you can stay on the stream. I won't be talking or anything until I get back. But I really appreciate you guys coming and checking me out. As a matter of fact, before I leave, I will set the speed at 0.85 Mach speed. So we'll see how everything goes. Like I said before, if you'd like to stay on the stream, you can, but will not be on the mic until I get back. Oh shit, I do that. Okay, resend what you said. As soon as you did that, I was trying to tap the screen, but yeah. I will be back in a little while. I'm gonna cut the microphone off here. And thanks for tuning in. I will be right back. Alright, so we're back, and we came back a little late. But we will make it happen. We will still make this happen. So we do have one person over here. Looks like he's going into Atlanta, but shouldn't get in our way. I'm descending at a very high rate right now. I know. But we have got to get this bird on the ground, okay? So I'm going to do a couple of things that are ordinary here. We already had look at that wind right there, 115 knots. And right now I am in the southeast, and it has been very windy all day, but 115 knots, that is crazy. Especially at this altitude. Usually it's really not this hot at all. But we do have to slow down. It's consider we kind of missed our descent timing. I was trying to be back at about 130 nautical miles out, at least 125, but I think we'll be okay, to be honest. You see, got a little bit of traffic out here. This guy doesn't have a flight plan. Okay. I have no idea where he's going. But yeah, just looking at other people's stuff right now. Looks like he's going to Charleston, South Carolina. I think that's Charleston. Yep. And got one guy over here, looks like he's on final. I'm ready to just have my grade 3 status back. Not sure if anyone's on the stream right now. I honestly think we're doing pretty good on even though it's an extreme descent. They would check out the G forces here, right? One G. So it's actually not bad. I know when you fly, if you've ever flown in person, when that descent starts, it feels like your stomach is gonna come out your ass. Yeah, we got a very high crosswind, and you can see it when you go from this free camera. Boom, look at that. It's supposed to be straight, but look, it's just getting pushed over there, and it's turned to the side. It's like we're drifting through the air, literally. And 75 miles out. I honestly think we are doing pretty good, to be honest. I know it's a very high descent. But it should be doing good. Good thing is I do have some Chick-fil-A. You can hear in the background. And I got some snacks to go along with it. Alright, quick. Oh. Sorry, there's a whole bunch of noise. Yeah. You're actually doing really, really good. Hold on. So yeah, we don't want to descend that fast. I want to be at about, and I'm still trying to calculate up. I don't want to do that whole math equation times 10, blah, blah, all that crap. I want to get it in my head, you know. If the altitude, the airport is at this altitude, I want to be at this altitude this far away, you know what I'm saying? And I'm coming down pretty fast, so that's why I put it up some. Like the guy landed and left. And we will be back down towards this area once I make my way up the East Coast. As I said before, man, this is tough. I'm probably, you know what? I'm gonna stay along the East Coast here. I'm gonna, we'll figure it out through time. You know, I was gonna hit Memphis, but I might hit Charleston or Florence. So I know Florence. I have a lot of Southwest planes going in and out of there when I'm on I-95. I see them all the time. I don't see Florence up there right now. It'll pop up somewhere up in there. It's KFLOR. There, FLO. There it goes right there. It's Florence. Usually have Southwest flying in and out of there. But I'm debating, should I go to Florence or should I go to Charleston? I'm going to pick up this descent rate a little bit more. And we're going to slow down a little bit more. So we're going to be at 275 nautical miles an hour. Airspeed at least. Ground speed, most likely not. Whoever those guys are there watching that stream, come back. If you're watching the stream right now, comment. I want to know. I want to know who's on here. If you are on the stream, or if you do watch this afterwards, if you didn't know, if I were to, land right now, see how the plane, I'm straight in the cockpit, I'm facing directly out. The plane, like the wind is so strong, I will land all the way over here. That's what that means. That's telling me that's where I would be, It just shows how strong the wind is right now. And I'm trying to slow it down since I did come back a little late. Trying to slow it down so I can get a good landing in. determine whether these runways are open or closed or not. I'm on casual service, so I will be landing over here. Got a couple guys over there in Atlanta right now, anyway. That's gonna get annoying. So on iPhone it says if you catch a do not disturb on, notifications won't pop up, but they still pop up. I don't understand. So I need to get some kind of iPad or something. And I was tagged in a post from somebody I haven't even talked to. So it's like 7:30. What the hell? Not that far from Atlanta at this point. It's like the guys over there are departing. I don't think this guy was coming right now. Only 28 nautical miles out. Honestly, I have no clue if we're gonna be too high or too low. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do this. So we're gonna kill the nav, and we're gonna change the heading to push us out so we can straighten up, and we'll be parallel. I guess not parallel, but like we're like gonna be directly facing the runways. Like our left wing will be facing straight towards the runway. There was the airport down there. This highway is probably like I-20. No, that's not I-20, is it? That's probably I-20. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, we turned ourselves out a little bit, and we're gonna find the channel for the unicum for the air traffic control, so these guys will know what we're doing. Report our position, and let's see where we're gonna be landing at. I'm gonna go for 227, right? Yeah, on the left base of 27, right? And these runways are actually open. And there's a noob right there. Oh shit, I forgot. I said it so. Oh man. So we're just sitting there maintaining. Shit. It was so subtle, I couldn't even tell. And we're gonna set those flaps so the speed will come down a lot faster, but I think we're a little high. Yeah, we're definitely high. Yeah, it's telling us to get lower. The arrow means it's telling us to get lower. This is completely on me, to be honest. Should have came back in time. Landing lights on. Slow down significantly. Look at that trim to help us out. TVH to probably buy us some more time. think we're good. If we got a 2-7 right, I think we're good. I think we might be okay. Oh, that's a reach. Yeah, man, I don't know. Up this guy again, bro. We're coming out at a very, very high rate. See, this little dot is way down here. But I had to do it. Make sure we get down on the ground. Honestly, I think we're gonna make it. Yeah, we made a big mistake by coming back late. But we're getting bailed out this time, it looks like. I usually don't mess with the trim on a 737 like that, but oh yeah, see when that arrow stops flashing? That means that we're starting to make progress on getting, the right altitude and the right place for the runway. And we have Delta through 2005 in the 757. People don't fly that often just because it's not, as good looking as these other planes. And we have a grade 1 here. Not surprised that he's just going out there. And I'm going to call him my final. So now it's saying we need to go up some more. That's how you know we're coming down very fast. And I'm going to put those flaps at full. And look at that, baby. Just telling us we need to go higher, so I'm gonna set it at 500. I think that'll be pretty good. Once I get in here and I did release the gear a little too fast, I know that. And we're not exactly centered with the runway, but we'll adjust as we go. I don't necessarily follow this triangle, I follow the circle. The circle tells you where you're going to go, okay? Or where you're going to be at. Not really a crosswind, more like a headwind on us. And we are at the perfect altitude according to this. So let's get a little lower. That's right there about that middle bar. You're doing a really good job. That's what that means. And I will not land with the autopilot. I just wait till I get pretty close. Surprised I was able to pull this off. Not on the ground yet though, but everything's okay. And I will feature Infinite Passengers in this series as well. So yeah, you see how the circle's over there to the left. But I'm about to disengage. As soon as we hit 5 nautical miles, there it goes. Calibrate. And autopilot disengaged. Now everything's in my hands. And what is this guy doing? Okay. I know how some people say you're always that noob guy that just takes off. I was never that guy. I never done that. Like, I never just took off, got in people's faces. I never done that. On final though. And we're down on the ground. Hell, swerve right there. And once we hit 60 or below 60 knots, we let go of the I did not mean to completely stop. Track flaps. And we're making our way over to the gate. So, oh, it doesn't have that, I forgot. So, this is very random, but I'm thinking about changing my YouTube name. Thinking about keeping the beat up part in there, but I'm thinking about changing it to beat up attracts. Like, as an attraction. I feel like TV is so mainstream. A lot of people use that, but, so that's one thing about changing it to beat up tracks, and I feel like it's just something that'll stick on to people eventually. It's a big 8330 right there. We're gonna pull into the gate over here. Oops. And we're gonna come to a stop. What the hell? See, this is that. Okay. So we are here. Letting all the passengers off at the gate. And thank you for watching. If you did tune into this, I really appreciate it. I will continue this American tour. And I have decided that I will be traveling from Atlanta to Charleston. So I will be taking my next episode over to Charleston, and once I leave Charleston, I'll head up to Raleigh, then from Raleigh to Washington, Washington to New York, New York to Boston, and then I'll decide from there. But once again, thank you for watching this video, and it's this great one. Decided to just pull up beside me for no reason. I really appreciate it.